For Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think. If you've paid attention to the current NFL offseason, then you see that a lot of teams have made significant moves. A lot of teams have made significant roster moves. One team in particular that's made some significant roster moves is the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, keeping in mind that if you've followed me, then you know that I am a Raider fan and have been for quite a while. And one thing I've always known to be true is that the Raiders will do just so much so that they can improve the team without breaking the bank, if you will. But this Raider regime is not doing that. In the past, owner Al Davis would bring players in, but he never wanted to bring in a player who he thought would surpass him as the face of the franchise. While you'll see teams be introduced as Lamar Jackson in the Baltimore Ravens, or Patrick Mahomes in the Kansas City Chiefs, or Justin Herbert in the Los Angeles Chargers, or whatever team you follow, it was always Al Davis and the Raiders. And through a myriad of coaches and coaching changes, Al Davis's son Mark settled on Jon Gruden, who had coached the Raiders once under Al and was now coaching under Mark. And during the few years of Jon Gruden's regime as head coach, you saw him remove any semblance of the team that Reggie McKenzie put together that went to the playoffs just before Jon Gruden arrived under Coach Jack Del Rio. He removed every player that GM Reggie McKenzie left on the team with the exception of Derek Carr, Nicholas Morrow, and Jalen Richard. Every other player that Reggie McKenzie signed was gone. In particular, players who might become the faces of the franchise, like Khalil Mack, or players who might become so popular that they would be thought of when the franchise is thought of, like Marquette King. But Jon Gruden brought in players, and the Raiders seemed to be in a perpetual rebuilding mode. They didn't spend a lot of money in free agency. They had the opportunity to get Calais Campbell, and they didn't. They had the opportunity to get several other players, and they passed. And they never seemed to be able to get out of their own way. So now with Jon Gruden gone, and now with a new coach in place in Josh McDaniel and a new general manager in place, this Raider franchise seems intent on making a splash and taking a shot at winning a Super Bowl. They brought in Chandler Jones, this season's best pass rushing free agent. They brought in Devontae Adams, the number one wide receiver free agent. And there's rumors that the Raiders are interested in Stephon Gilmore and Dante Hightower. So these Raiders are trying to win, and these Raiders are not afraid to spend. So this should be a very interesting season because the Raiders are making a splash and they're spending money, and they're not afraid to sign players whose name might come above the marquee. These aren't your dad's Raiders. These aren't your granddad's Raiders. These aren't even Al Davis's Raiders anymore because they would still be Al Davis and the Raiders. These Raiders are trying to win. They're signing players who can actually help them. They're signing football players, which is a problem they've had for years, not signing football players. This Raider franchise is looking to make a splash. Will it work? Who knows? Because the AFC West, and I've said this before, the AFC West probably has the best collection of starting quarterbacks of any division in the league when you start with Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, and Justin Herbert. Somebody among those four quarterbacks has to come in last place. There will be a fourth place team. Not all of the teams will be tied at 12-5. There will be a fourth place team. There will be a team in the AFC West that will not make the playoffs, at least one. But will this work out? Who knows? But as of right now, if you watch the Raiders and you pay attention to the splash they're making in free agency, this team looks like a team that made the playoffs last year, wasn't content to lose in the first round to the eventual Super Bowl runner-up Cincinnati Bengals. This looks like a team that's going for it, and I applaud them for finally getting out of their own way and taking a shot at winning in the NFL. Remember to like and share this video and subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Facebook at Eric J on Sports 1 and on Instagram and Twitter at Eric J on Sports. And for Eric J on Sports, I'm Eric J, and this is what I think.